So, morning, everyone. Those who are joining live, it's always lovely to see your names and faces and to have you here live. And then those who are listening to the recording, welcome too. Thank you for listening, and I hope it's supportive to you. So, I wanted to just dedicate this mindful moment to my mum, who is usually online with us and was going to try and dial in, but she's actually in hospital at the moment, and she had a colonoscopy last week that told her that her digestive tract was that of an 18-year-old, so she was doing really, really well, but she has had a horrible response since the colonoscopy, feeling very woozy and nauseous and vomiting a lot and energy terrible. She was been back twice to the hospital to have drips and rehydrate, and then just to have some investigation, which so far is all showing clear and all very good. So, and she's getting much, much better. But I took her and we spent the day at PE hospital yesterday, and now she's there and she'll be coming home hopefully today. But so I just want to dedicate this mindful moment to her and hold her in my heart as we do this. And this is also going to be our last mindful moment for this year. I've just been percolating it and feeling I want to give myself time and space to fill up my cup and to be with our family. And Colin is actually still working while he's down here, and he only has time off till sort of 8 in the morning, and then in the evening at the moment because he's still trading. So I will share other resources for us to fill our cups as we step into the last bit of the year, but this is going to be our last mindful moment for this year. And as we head to the full moon, which is 2 days away on the 5th of December, I'm not sure if any of you can feel like I can that the energy is kind of heightening. And full moons are always a high energy time. It's often a time we don't sleep very well. The moon is so bright. If we've been in nature during a full moon in the bush, we see how energetic animals are, how they're roaming around. It's like there's a spotlight on, and there's often like a spotlight on our lives showing things coming up for us or areas that we want to work on. And full moons are also always about relationships because it's the sun and the moon reflecting the sun, and it's the masculine of the sun and the feminine of the moon. So there's often a lot that comes up around relationships and the dynamics there at full moon. So, Michelle, many of you know that I listen to Michelle McClulan, and I really encourage you to listen to her latest video. It's sort of 20 minutes, I think. Even if you're not interested in astrology, there's so much value in it, and it's not very woo-woo and out there at all. And she talks about this being a very blustery energy at this full moon, that there's a lot that might come up again in relationships and because of the full moon and then because of the astrology of it. And that conversations may be more revealing than they've been in the past. And we can sort of see our patterns of conversations and of patterns of relating. And these may be showing up like a spotlight has been shone on them. And we may then, in this full moon particularly, choose to do it differently. And this may help us to get more to the depth and the truth of what is going on for ourselves and for other people. So there's layers of understanding, and this full moon is particularly about moving through these layers so we can finally shift through and move through old patterns of relating. And it really encourages us to have gentle and meaningful and softer conversations, but really getting to the truth of what we or another person is feeling. So Michelle McClulan encourages more feeling and less thinking, and more allowing, and allowing for movement and exploring. This isn't a time for final decisions or final conclusions. It's not a time for closing, but it's a time for sort of moving deeper and more exploring and more movement. And Yeah, I found that that's very relevant when I listen to what she said in preparing for this mindful moment. I find that that is coming up for me. And I think many of us, as we set out on this time of year, we are sharing homes with family. We often have family visiting and friends, and so things might come up a lot more for most of us. And so to just bear this in mind as we having interactions and conversations, so that we looking and consciously choosing uh, to for choosing something positively for the betterment of the relationship, not just going into old patterns of perhaps resistance or defensiveness, that sort of thing. It's I'm going to have a listen to her mindful moment again. I mean, to her recording again, and I'll share it on our group because it just resonated so much. And she also really encourages us to choose consciously to choose the vibration and the energy, the emotions we want to hold, and choosing joy over potentially victimhood. And again, with the when we find ourselves going into these conversations, often we can choose victimhood or defensiveness, and to rather choose an abundance or an expansion over that. So the poem that also came up for me for this mindful moment is so relevant to that. And it's one that we haven't done for a very, very long time. I did it years ago, I think, in a mindful moment. And this mindful moment is it's a different one. It's a loving kindness one that many of you might have practiced before. And we practice it for ourselves and for others and for the greater community. So I invite you now just to drop into yourself, to just be with yourself for this moment. So to put aside your worries and plans and questions and concerns, and just to settle with yourself right now. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just to be here today. Inviting you to either close your eyes or to drop your gaze, and just allowing your attention to drop into your body as a leaf may gently flutter down and land on the surface of a pond. So just allowing our attention to drift down and land in our bodies. And noticing what you find here today. Perhaps the pond is clear and still and you can see the bottom. Or perhaps, in fact, the water's rough and blown around, churned up and full of sediment. Just noticing what you find there and allowing it to be just for this moment. And perhaps with these few breaths, noticing if it changes at all, if the pond starts to settle, or it may churn up more. Just noticing what's true for you. Taking a few more breaths and perhaps allowing a gentle softening, a soft opening if that is available to you. And just allowing these words to land. Having loved enough and lost enough, I'm no longer searching, just opening. no longer trying to make sense of pain, but trying to be a soft and sturdy home in which real things can land. These are the irritations that rub into a pool. So we can talk for a while, but then we must listen, the way rocks listen to the sea. And we can churn at all that goes wrong, but then we must lay all distractions down and water every living seed. And yes, on nights like tonight, I too feel alone, but seldom do I face it squarely enough to see that it's a door into the endless breath that has no breather, into the surf that human shells call God. Having loved enough and lost enough, I'm no longer searching, just opening. No longer trying to make sense of pain, but trying to be a soft and sturdy home in which real things can land. These are the irritations that rub into a pool. So we can talk for a while, but then we must listen, the way rocks listen to the sea. And we can churn at all that goes wrong, but then we must lay all distractions down and water every living seed. And yes, on nights like tonight, I too feel alone, but seldom do I face it squarely enough to see that it's a door into the endless breath that has no breather, into the surf that human shells call God. So just inviting a gentle sense of gratitude this morning for this moment of breath, this moment of rhythm, of breath and of heartbeat. And just settling into a sensation of gratitude in our heart space. And then with the same gentle gratitude, offering these words of kindness to yourself, either out loud or in your head, or just gently to yourself. You may also want to rest your hands on your heart space to anchor in the feeling of connection. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May I give and receive appreciation today. We're going to repeat that. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May I give and receive appreciation today. One last time. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May I give and receive appreciation today. And then just bringing to mind someone close to you. Just letting that arise for you. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May you give and receive appreciation today. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May you give and receive appreciation today. And then bring into mind someone who's having a difficult time right now, perhaps going through pain. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May you give and receive appreciation today. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May you give and receive appreciation today. Finally, opening to a sense of community, to this mindful moment group, spreading into our communities, the communities in which we live and work, school communities, life communities, the South African community. May we be happy. May we be safe. May we be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May we give and receive appreciation today. May we be happy. May we be safe. May we be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May we give and receive appreciation today. One final time. May we be happy. May we be safe. May we be healthy, peaceful, and strong. May we give and receive appreciation today. Just sitting in the space as we take a few more breaths. And if your thoughts start to wander or drift off, just bring them back to your heart space, to your breath, to a sensation of gratitude. Having loved enough and lost enough, I'm no longer searching, just opening. No longer trying to make sense of pain, but trying to be a soft and sturdy home in which real things can land. As Pema Chodron said, we don't set out to save the world. We set out to wonder how other people are doing and to reflect on how our actions affect other people's hearts. We don't set out to save the world. We set out to wonder how other people are doing and to reflect how our actions affect other people's hearts. And when you're ready, just taking a deep breath in and sighing out. Moving into fingers and toes, stretching, opening, expanding. Coming back to the room and the space that you're in. Wish you a blessed day and a blessed December with family and friends. Safe travels to those who are traveling. And we'll see you in the new year. And we actually, just to tell you, we're going to be launching a summer shed on the 19th of January, which will just be, we're actually separating it from the juice fast. You can include a juice fast if you'd like, but that you can do in the 10 days before or after, before or after the 10 days of the spring shed, or the summer shed. And so there's not the desperate need to stock up. But I think many of us often feel we want to reset in January and a little bit of a detox time. And so if you'd like to join us for that, pencil into your mind and we'll be sending out some registration stuff. It's very simple. It's lovely. We had such beautiful feedback and testimonials from people that we'll share from last spring shed about it just really helping set good patterns and intentional behavior, food and practices, mindful and mindfulness practices, breathwork practices, detox, lymph detox. So hope you'll join us. And thank you for these messages. Feel free to unmute. I'm going to have a look at the chat here. Don't want to share. So thank you, Jen. Thanks so much. Thank you, Karika. Thanks for your lovely message. Thanks, Angela. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you too. And you in my life in Garlington. Nice. Enjoy, Karika. This is time of year.
Thanks, Nix. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Gail.
Wonderful break.
Yeah,
Thank you for everything. Lots
and
of
please
love.
feel free to share this with others that you feel it might be supportive to. Much love, everyone.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks, Angina. Thank you so much. Take care.